Hey there! Today, we are going to talk about something that helps us seeing things all around us. Have you ever wondered what makes things visible? Light. What is light? Light is a radiation or a form of energy that our eyes can detect. Light enables us to view our surroundings. Light travels from one place to another in a straight line. Now that we have a basic idea of what light is, let's see, does light travel in a straight line? The path of light gets blocked when an object covers the source of light. This is illustrated by trying to see the flame of a candle using a straight pipe and then with a bent pipe. When we look at the flame from a straight pipe, it is visible, whereas it is not visible when seen through the bent pipe. This proves that light travels in a straight line. Fascinating, right? Light also has a property that allows it to bounce back if struck on some certain objects. This property is called reflection of light. The ray of light which falls on the mirror surface is called an incident ray. The point where this light touches the mirror is the point of incidence. The light that bounces back is the reflected ray. The normal is a line drawn at right angles to the mirror surface at the point of incidence. The angle between the incident ray and normal is called the angle of incidence. The angle between the reflected ray and normal is called the angle of reflection. Just like our world, the world of reflection also has its own laws, like the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal, at the point of incidence, all lie in the same plane. And the angle of reflection is always equal to the angle of incidence. Do you know what is an image? Let's find out. The image formed in a mirror is a reflection of the object and is created by the light rays bouncing off the mirror's surface. The distance between the object and the mirror is directly proportional to the distance between the image and the mirror. Changing one changes the other proportionally. Did you know there is a fascinating phenomena that takes place when image of an object is formed, called left-right inversion of image? The image formed by the mirror is always left-right inverted. This means that the right side of the object appears as the left side of the image, and the left side of the object appears at the right side of the image. Now, let's see the types of reflection. Regular and diffused reflection. In regular reflection, a parallel beam of incident light is reflected as a parallel beam in one direction. In diffuse reflection, a parallel beam of incident light is reflected in different directions. Regular reflection of light occurs from smooth surfaces like that of a plane mirror. The diffuse reflection of light takes place from rough surfaces. Images are formed by regular reflection of light. No image is formed in diffuse reflection of light. Talking about mirrors, there are not only straight mirrors in the world. Now, let's study spherical mirrors. A spherical mirror, or curved mirror, is a mirror which has the shape of a piece cut out of a spherical surface. They are of two types, concave and convex. Before going deep into spherical mirrors, let's check out the difference between real and virtual image. The real image is formed when the light rays reflect and meet at the same point, whereas a virtual image is formed when light rays reflect and diverge from the same point. Real images can be viewed on a screen, virtual images cannot be viewed on the screen. It is always inverted, but virtual image is always erect. Real images are formed only by concave mirrors, whereas virtual images by convex, concave, and plane mirrors. Now, let's go deeper into spherical mirrors and real and virtual images and see the images formed by a concave mirror. It can either be real or virtual. It can either be inverted or erect. It can have the same size as that of the object, a larger size that of the object or smaller size than that of the object. Now, the image is formed by a convex mirror. It is always virtual. It is always upright, erect. It is smaller in size as that of the object. Next, we will see the application of concave mirrors. Dentists use a concave mirror to reflect light on a particular tooth. Satellite dishes use a concave mirror to gather all the signals and reflect them on a certain point. Headlights of a car have a concave mirror so that we can reflect back light straight on the path. Shaving mirrors are concave in shape. Torches also use concave mirrors. Applications of convex mirrors. The rear view mirrors are convex mirrors as they provide a wider view of the road behind. Security mirrors near an ATM are convex so that the user can detect easily if anyone else is watching from behind or not. Now that we are done with mirrors, let's move on to lenses. A lens is a part of a reflecting material like glass or plastic but curved from both sides. Lenses are unlike mirrors that have a reflecting surface only on one side. Lenses are also of two types. First up is convex lens. A convex lens is curved outwards. It is thicker in the center and narrows down at the edges. It merges the light rays passing through it at a certain point. Therefore, it is also called a converging lens. Second type is concave lens. A concave lens is curved inwards. It has wider edges and a thinner center. It reflects back the light that travels through it in different directions. Therefore, it is also called a diverging lens. Just like we saw for mirrors, let's see the images formed by convex lenses. A convex lens forms an image that is real, inverted. The image is large and appears close to the lens. And images formed by concave lenses. A concave lens forms an image that is virtual, erect, small and appears far away. Next, we will answer a fascinating question: is sunlight white or colored? When white light passes through a glass prism, it splits into its 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. This process is called dispersion of light. We hope that you have understood the topic. You can now study chapter notes, watch video lectures, and solve MCQ tests of this chapter on Eduref to ensure you score well in your school exams. And that's not all, you also get amazing courses for maths, science, English, Hindi, and much more for class 7. Thank you.